Hello. Today I will introduce you to one of the most talented cyclists of recent years, Jonas Vingegaard. If you follow professional cycling, this video is for you. Who is Jonas Vingegaard? Jonas Vingegaard has made a big splash in recent years as a Danish professional cyclist. He was born on December 10, 1996, in Hillerslev, Denmark. His interest in cycling began at a young age and he quickly developed his skills. Vingegaard's professional cycling career began in 2019 with the Jumbo-Visma team. This team provided him with a big platform and the opportunity to show himself in international races. In his early years, he attracted attention, especially with his talent in mountain climbing. Let's take a look at how he started his career. He played both football and handball from an early age. Vingegaard was a spectator, alongside his father, when the first stage of 2007 Danmark Rundt departed on the 1st of August from Thisted, the main town in the region. At the race, local cycling club, Thy Cycle Ring, had set up a home trainer so audience members could see what it was like to cycle up a mountain. He subsequently enrolled in the club and started riding his first races. He cycled with the Thy Cycle Ring for 5 seasons, until he moved to Aalborg Cycle Ring in 2013. In 2014, his last year as a junior rider, Vingegaard joined Otter Cycle Club. When he became a senior rider, he initially struggled and performed poorly in races. When Otter Cycle Club established a U23 team from the start of 2016, results improved for Vingegaard. In the spring, he finished on the podium at a race in Aalborg, and in May, he won a section of Pinskuppen in Hamel, where the riders had to climb the famed local hill, Pot Mole, several times. As Vingegaard was beginning to achieve better results in races, Danish UCI Continental team Quick Cult and general manager Christian Andersen signed a contract with him in May 2016, and he switched teams with immediate effect. In order to structure his daily life, Andersen had Vingegaard start a job at a fish factory, Chris Fish, in Hanstholm. Working there during weekdays, Vingegaard skinned fish from 6 a.m. to noon before training in the afternoons. For a time, he worked with Michael Valgren at the factory, who was also pursuing a career as a professional cyclist. In 2016, at age 19, he also accomplished his first major international result, finishing second in the UCI 2.1 level race tour of China. In large parts of the 2017 season, Vingegaard did not take part in many races as he was sidelined with a broken femur after a crash in the 2017 Tour de Fjords. Before the injury, he finished in 4th place overall and won the youth competition in the French stage race Tour de Loire-et-Cher. By the time he recovered from his broken leg and the 2018 season began, he returned to strong form. On a training trip to Spain in early March 2018, Vingegaard set the time record on the test climb Col de Ratis. He cycled the 6.5 kilometers in 13.02 minutes, which was 12 seconds faster than the previous record holder, Tejay van Garderen. In mid-2018, his physique was tested at Team Denmark. Afterwards, sports physiologist Lars Johansson said about Vingegaard, "He simply has a pump and a heart that is in a class of its own. His heart is far clear of the average of Danish male cyclists. He has a plus of maybe 15%, and that is significant." He joined Team Jumbo-Visma in 2019, and that year he achieved his first UCI World Tour win in Stage 6 of the Tour de Pologne. The following year, he finished 8th in the 2020 Tour de Pologne. He also completed his first Grand Tour, the 2020 Vuelta a España, where he rode as a domestique for Primož Roglič, who went on to win the race overall. Vingegaard, wearing the white jersey at the 2021 Tour de France. Vingegaard won Stage 5 of his first race in 2021, the UAE Tour, before winning 2 stages, and the overall in the Settimana Internazionale di Coppa Bartali. Later in the year, he finished 2nd overall behind his teammate Roglič in the Tour of the Basque Country. In April, Vingegaard was named as a replacement for Tom Dumoulin in the team's 2021 Tour de France squad. In the Tour, Vingegaard originally rode as a domestique for Primož Roglič, who was one of the big favorites for the GC. On Stage 3, Roglič crashed heavily, and despite the team's efforts to bring him back, the team finished almost a minute and a half down. On Stage 5, a 27.2 kilometer, 16.9 miles, individual time trial, Vingegaard finished 3rd to enter the top 10 on GC. In Stage 8, the race's first mountain stage, Vingegaard finished with the main GC group, losing almost 3.5 minutes to Tadej Pogačar, who took over the yellow jersey. Vingegaard rose to 5th on GC at exactly 5 minutes down. After the stage, Roglic withdrew from the race due to his injuries, leaving Vingegaard as the team's only general classification contender. On stage 11, which featured a double ascent of Mont Ventoux, Vingegaard attacked on the second climb of the Ventoux. Although Pogacar was initially able to follow him, Vingegaard was able to drop the yellow jersey, gaining an advantage of almost 40 seconds at the top. However, he was caught on the descent to the finish. As a result of his time gains, Vingegaard rose to third on GC. As the race headed into the Pyrenees, Vingegaard solidified his position on the podium. On stage 17, which finished atop Col du Portet, Vingegaard and Richard Carapaz were the only ones able to follow Pogacar's attack. In the sprint, Vingegaard finished second to Pogacar, rising to second on GC. The exact scenario took place on the next stage, which finished atop Loos Ardiden, with Vingegaard once again finishing second. On the penultimate day time trial, Vingegaard took third place once again, solidifying his second spot on GC. He safely finished the last stage to become the second Danish rider to achieve a podium finish in the Tour de France, the first since 1996. His first significant result of 2022 was his second place at the 2022 Tour de la Basque Country, where he finished in sixth place. Team Jumbo-Visma dominated the 2022 Criterium du Dauphiné, where Vingegaard finished second behind teammate Roglic and won the race's Queen stage. Vingegaard began his 2023 season at the O Gran Camino stage race in Galicia, Spain in late February. He swept the race, winning all three stages contested when stage 1 was neutralized, as well as winning the overall championship and the mountains classification. He then competed at Paris-Nice, finishing third overall after losing just over 40 seconds to Tadej Pogacar and David Gaudu on stage 4. Vingegaard next competed at the 2023 Vuelta a España, going into the race as co-leader alongside Primož Roglic. In the first week, he maintained his position as a favorite for the overall classification. However, on the stage 10 time trial, he lost about a minute to Remco Evenepoel and Roglic, and found himself over 2 minutes behind teammate and race leader Sepp Kuss, who had gained several minutes in a breakaway on stage 6. However, Vingegaard soon rallied to take stage wins on stages 13 and 16, as well as second to Roglic on stage 17, moving himself into second with only 8 seconds to Kuss. In 2024, Vingegaard again began his season at the O Gran Camino from 22 to the 25th of February, where he won the general, mountain, and points classifications. Vingegaard secured victories in all stages, except the stage 1 time trial, each by a margin of more than 10 seconds. He then participated in the Tirreno Adriatico between 4 and the 10th of March, winning the general and mountain classifications. Vingegaard achieved first place in stages 5 and 6, finishing 1:24 ahead of second-placed Juan Ayuso. On the 10th of July, Vingegaard won his 4th career Tour de France stage on stage 11, out-sprinting his main rival, Tadej Pogacar. He had reeled Pogacar back in on the penultimate climb in Massif Central after Pogacar had pulled away from the field earlier in the stage. After his victory, Vingegaard said, "3 months ago, I really believed I was going to die. Now sitting here with a stage win in the biggest race in the world, it's incredible." He finished the 2024 Tour in second place, falling 6 to 17 inches behind winner Tadej Pogacar and 3:01 ahead of Remco Evenepoel. Vingegaard married Trine Marie Hansen, BB 1987, in Glengore. They met when Vingegaard was a rider with Team Colaquick from 2016 to 2018, and Trine was the team's marketing manager. In September 2020, Trine gave birth to their daughter, Frida. Hansen's mother is Rosa Kildal Christensen, who became nationally known as a participant in Den Store Bagedyst in 2017, the Danish version of the British televised baking competition, The Great British Bake Off. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe to our channel. Also, in the comments, you can tell us what you think about Jonas Vingegaard, or which cyclists you would like to know. See you in the next video. Keep pedaling.